And we're live.
Good morning. I almost have a voice. Give it a minute. It will come back.
She doesn't have very much of a voice this morning.
I ate breakfast. How dare I?
And she refuses to use her inhaler.
I don't refuse.
Have you used it since I reminded you that you should?
No.
That's refusal.
No, it's not a refusal. Do you want me to go use it right now? Do you think that would help? All right. You guys talk to him.
There is a reason that they prescribed it to you. Babe. She'll be back in just a few seconds. But until then, Tom is here. What's up, Tom? Good to see you. Welcome to the Flipside, by the way. If you have not yet done so already, switch your top chat to live chat. And live chat will get you in on more of the conversation that's happening here. I don't know. Some browsers don't default to top chat, but there you have it. Alexander Meldrum is here. What's up? What's up? Good morning. Bob Rock. Hey. You're finally live during the day in my part of the world. Yeah. That's how it goes. Hello, Sam and Jessie. Hi to everyone. Micah says, howdy, howdy. David says, Doug says, good morning from Doug and Emily. Lazy morning here. Oh, Doug and Emily are playing.
I love it. They're playing?
Huh?
What are we playing?
I'm not playing it.
You said Doug and Emily are playing.
No, it said lazy morning here. Before I actually focused on the words, it looked like they said they're playing something.
I got it.
What's the other sticker on your cup? It says "Fight Good Battle." There's a group in my church here that's called Stronger Men, and we have a conference every year. The ladies also have a conference called
Women of the Well.
Women of the Well, and so that's what the sticker is. Fight Good Battle. The Spartan masks has KTD on it, which means kill the dragon. Kill the dragon, win the girl is the idea behind the Stronger Man. Well, it's like the short motto. They have an entire creed that I have not yet memorized, which I'm kind of embarrassed about because there's like 8-year-olds in our church that have memorized the entire thing. So, but anyway, the whole idea is that we all have dragons in our lives. We all have those things that seek to rob us of our effectiveness, our efficiency, our gravitas, our whatever you want to call it. And so the call is to kill those dragons and be the man that you're supposed to be for your wife, for your kids. So kill the dragon, win the girl. That's the whole idea. And of course, it's all based around the best dragon killer of all time, Christ. So, following him, following his example and things, that kind of thing. So, that's what that is, and I got it. This cup actually is from Vegas. Because when I got there, I was like, I'm not carrying these paper Starbucks cups around all day long because they didn't have very good lids. They had those recycled plastic lids that pop off if you look at them the wrong way. So I went and purchased one of these just so that I could take it into the convention center.
Where does it say Las Vegas on it?
It doesn't. It says Las Vegas underneath that logo. It was like, welcome to Las Vegas. Nope. So, let's see. I won't be drumming much today, so let's talk about anything we want to. What does that mean? What did you mean by drumming? I won't be drumming today. So let's talk about anything we want to. I don't know what that means. 8-year-olds don't have a YouTube channel to manage, so they have more time for memorization. Thank you, David, for coming to my defense, sir. Well done.
And the Women of the Well have a poem It's not a creed, but it's like 7 pages. Like
Really?
literally, it's so long.
Really? Wow, I didn't
I can't
realize that.
even slightly fathom.
Memorizing it?
Nope.
I know I can memorize stuff.
I used to be able really good at memorizing.
I just
and
don't
now
know
I
how I can do it
can't.
now. How well I could do it now. But that's okay. So, the thumbnail. We're going to start this off. We're going to talk about pop culture a little bit
Yes,
this morning.
let's talk about pop culture, please.
We'll talk about board games as well.
We
but
will.
Pop culture is something we definitely had a brush with last night. What I mean by pop culture there, of course, is the popular culture. What's popular in our culture today? And boy, oh boy.
Okay.
We went to the movies last night.
On opening night.
On opening day of a Minecraft movie. With Jason Momoa, Jack Black,
and other people.
I don't think I knew anybody else in the movie.
I feel like I knew the sister was in something.
Yeah, the sister, I recognized her, I
familiar.
just don't know her.
Yeah.
You know, but Jason Momoa and Jack Black were the two
And they were the main characters the whole movie.
headliners. Yeah.
And they carried the movie.
They very much did.
Can you imagine what it would have been without them?
No. Heavens to Betsy, no. So anyway,
Okay, opening night.
in
our small town.
Yeah. Opening night in our we actually didn't even go to the big theater in town.
No.
We went to the Liberty, and that's actually one of the reasons why I don't count last night as a complete and total failure.
No.
Is
I
because
love
we
the
went
Liberty.
and supported
I
Liberty.
love Liberty Theater.
Liberty just had you may have even heard of them in the news
Or on SNL.
or on Saturday Night Live, because Liberty Cinemas here in Wenatchee is the one that got talked about, got national attention because their roof caved in.
In the middle of Captain
In
America.
the middle of, was it Brave New World? Oh, okay.
That's what.
It was. We actually went to Liberty Cinema
And we saw Brave New World.
and we saw Brave New World, but
Not that
we weren't
night.
there when the ceiling actually collapsed. So they've been having trouble
Getting
getting
like, we're
people
still
to come
open.
back, because the main theater is where the collapse happened, which is actually the old Liberty Theater that has been in town since umpteen million years ago.
And part of the ceiling collapse was the big domes of the old theater on the inside.
Yeah.
It was roofed up, you know, for sound for the movie and stuff. That part collapsed, but the dome itself was still intact.
Yeah. Don't make them like they used to. But anyway, so we went back to Liberty Cinema for that, and we usually like to go to Liberty Cinema.
I like Liberty Cinemas.
The
it's
crowds aren't there.
No,
The
it's
seats
cute.
are nice.
It's cute.
You get to butter and flavor your own popcorn.
cute. Right. And they have so many flavors you can put on. Probably at least 20 flavors.
No, there's about 10.
10 flavors. And if you buy a large, you get unlimited. And I'm just saying.
So anyway, if you're in Wenatchee and you want to go see a movie, don't go to Gateway.
No, go to the Liberty.
Go to Liberty. It's safe. They have 2 locations. The one location that's being repaired right now is the one where the actual marquee is. If you walk down the street, they actually own more theaters down the street, less than a block away,
It's like
and it's perfectly fine, perfectly cool.
30 yards or something.
Yeah,
And
it's
not even
not
like-
far. So we're at the Liberty Cinema to see the Minecraft movie, and we knew we were in for a ride when the opening scene is just this kid in a blue cardigan with a pickaxe on his shoulder and a helmet, and the opening dialogue, I think, is, "I'm Steve."
I'm not kidding. The theater exploded with cheers and clapping and yelling. Minus maybe 2 or 3 or maybe a few other adults. That were there. The entire theater broke out into applause.
But here's the thing. There were a lot of adults there too.
Yes!
That were just going, wow! I don't understand it. I'm disconnected. This is one of those get off my lawn moments. I get it. I totally do. So anyway, we continue to watch the movie, and it is what you would probably expect from a team of Momoa and Black.
Yeah, they were hysterical together.
They were absolutely funny. Those were the shining moments of the movie.
Yeah.
Is when those two had the stage together and they were riffing, and she actually asked the question this morning. I wonder how much of that was actually them just like
because it looked like watching
riffing off of each other,
like old comedians that were interacting together. Yeah. Like who was it? Steve Martin, and who did he always used to?
Martin Short.
Martin Short. Like it's not scripted. Yeah. You know, like they're just kind of playing off each other. That's what it looked like, and it was awesome.
But so we're watching this movie, and it's like
every 4 minutes,
a pink sheep comes on the screen. A zombie dwarf riding
riding a chicken.
And I'm like, what in the world is going on here? And as I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I have never seen this level of excitement for something so
terrible,
strange. That's the best word I can say for strange. Now, look, I have played Minecraft. I have gone into, I've played the game before. We had students in the school that I taught in that used to use Minecraft to turn in their projects. I understand, but this level of excitement
they were so excited.
Has been reserved for like pivotal moments.
No. I disagree. He was trying to say that this level of excitement is reserved for when we first watched Empire Strikes Back and we heard that iconic line.
Yeah. I mean, it's...
But
Luke, I am your father moments.
But that in the theater didn't make people applaud and cheer. They all went, nobody applauded and cheered.
But when Benjamin Martin killed Colonel Tavington in The Patriot, we literally stood up and yelled because my kids were better men. Yes, he finally won. The bad guy is done. It's the moments of
but that's
Sam saying to Frodo, I can't carry it, but I can carry you. Yes!
Yeah, no, I agree.
It's not...
Those are iconic
There's a pink
moments.
sheep that just threw up.
No. It's not that level of iconic. It was culturally, these people know what that pink sheep is. They've seen it on the screen. They've played it all the time. This wasn't an iconic movie moment, like change history movement. I can't carry it, but I can carry you. It wasn't that kind of moment. So, but they were cheering the whole time. Literally the entire... I can't give spoilers.
They weren't cheering the entire time.
But when characters would come on...
there were like certain spots.
Yes.
Where it was erupted. And even my son, Aiden, was one of the ones that really wanted to go to see this movie. And even my son is like, when all the clapping and is like, what's going on? Why? And Daphne, at the end of the movie...
she was too cool to clap and cheer, but I'm pretty sure she was...
At the end... She said...
How many times did she tell us?
That was horrible. But I loved it!
over and
over. And so I was like, you need to stop saying that second half. Because the first half is true. Here's the thing. We're probably just giving too much thought to this.
I will say, I walked out of the theater smiling. The movie was not... write home about at all. It's definitely not like iconic movie level. But the experience of all these people being so excited The last time I've been in a theater where the whole theater cheered was when Wonder Woman was finally released after COVID.
No, you cheered.
Okay, maybe I was the only one that cheered.
Not everybody.
I may have cried a little. Anyway, that's a totally separate issue.
Yeah.
It was, okay, it was crazy. It was ridiculous. There were so many parts that when they would be cheering, you actually couldn't hear the next two jokes that came after it because you couldn't hear because everyone was cheering.
Yeah.
And at the end credit scene, half of the audience had left. The half that was there lost their mind.
All right, David got a little snarky here behind our back. He's like, continue the beatings until focus improves? What are you talking about?
The drumming. He's going to keep reminding us to stay on topic.
No.
Did you miss something?
You have to deal with Minecraft if you have kids of that age that are into it. Continue the beatings until focus improves. Okay, got it.
See?
Got it. Okay, I get it. All right, so David gets a little snarky here. He says, wow, you get to butter and flavor your popcorn? Do they also let you vacuum around your seat when the movie is over? All right, listen, pal.
I like a lot of butter.
Being able to butter and flavor your own popcorn is amazing. Because otherwise, you're left with some... Well, last night you're left, more often than not, you're left with a teenager just going, gong, gong, and then you're done. And like half of your bucket is dry,
You could sit there for 5
sometimes
minutes.
stale popcorn, and it doesn't taste that great. So being able to butter and flavor your own popcorn is an amazing thing.
Also,
You be quiet.
culturally, at this movie theater, not the big one. The big one doesn't have it.
Mm-hmm.
At this theater, there are ginormous bottles of Tapatio
Oh, yeah.
to flavor your popcorn.
Yeah.
Giant bottles of Tapatio. Which I
Luke
like
says,
too.
my son, 15, saw the movie last night. He said it was okay as a movie, but the experience was wonderful. He said it was like going to a Rocky Horror showing.
It was. Actually, I thought about this a lot on the drive home. I was thinking, this could be a future Rocky Horror. You could have people with the popcorn. Even Aiden's friend said, I should have thrown my popcorn up when they sprayed the bucket of water. You could almost have
I'm pretty sure he would have gotten beaten up if he'd have done that.
I could see it in the future being like iconic enough that they sing the songs, they know the dances.
No, see, that's the thing. Those songs were not songs from the video game.
Oh, I know, but iconic, like as a movie, I could see it being
Maybe.
like Rocky Horror level, like where you know the songs and you know every word and you chant out the things.
At the very least, it was a movie about a video game, and that's it. It didn't have anything else shoehorned into it. It was not anything.
It was nice.
It was super, just video game stuff.
There was no political agenda.
Yeah.
There was no...
it was just a video game movie. Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Sam is not the intended audience for this movie. You are
I'm not
absolutely
either.
spot on correct.
But I loved everybody cheering. I loved that.
Oh, here we go.
Dear, what did I do?
Blake Cavney, here we go. He says, I was never a Minecraft kid, but then he follows that up with, when I saw Wicked in the theater, everyone cheered when Cynthia Erivo, who is that, hit the defying gravity climax.
Yeah.
Cynthia Erivo?
She was the sister, not the...
But is her last name Erivo?
That's her actor's
Oh, that's
name.
her actor's name.
Yes, I don't know.
Oh, okay. Got it.
That was not the character's name.
Perhaps you don't know the backstory of the zombie dwarf and challenges he had to overcome to tame the chicken and get over his fear of riding. Never mind the feather allergies, truly inspirational. I'm pretty sure that was tongue-in-cheek. That was David being snarky again. I'm pretty sure that's what that was.
David's probably spent some hours on Minecraft.
He probably has.
So
probably
I
has.
want to hear it.
Have you played any of the Minecraft board games? No, I have not. I haven't. Like I said, I'm not the intended audience. I know that. I absolutely know that. Blake, by the way, has been a member for 17 months doing the
Thanks,
truffle
Blake.
shuffle. Thank you, Blake. Appreciate you. No, I have not played any of the. I don't have any interest in Minecraft. I don't. Like I said, the only times I've played it, it's when my kids said, "Hey, will you play this with us?" Okay, yes. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to follow you around and do whatever you're doing poorly because you do it much better than I do. And look, I just built this house, and it's like a one-room shack, and now my 8-year-old has just built a mansion in the same amount of time that it took me to build a one-room
I did
shack.
like that. They talked about that, how, like, the kid who played the...
No spoilers.
I'm not giving any spoilers. How he was so good at picking things up in this game. How he was like... Like, that was really kind of... I liked that. I
never understood the hype around Minecraft when I was in school. A lot of kids saw it as a release. A lot of kids saw it as a tool. Like I said earlier, we had some students, one in particular, he was the one that really kind of used it. He was like, what do you call the guy that has the highest grade average?
Smart.
No, when you graduate, it's like magna cum laude.
Yeah.
That's what he was. Our smartest student used Minecraft as a tool to do his projects. So he took his hobby and used it for homework. And he did amazing. I mean, my two older sons, David and Michael, they showed me some of the things that he made as a project for school in Minecraft. It's amazing. I'm like, dude. It was, I mean, it literally looked amazing. Some of the scenes from the movie last night, I mean, of course, that one's more computer generated and all that other kind of stuff, and that looked better, but it was definitely to the level, the stuff that he made was to that level. So it's just, I don't get it either. But it's the 32-bit look of the whole video game where everything's blocks. Yeah, didn't like it. Never liked it. I'm an aesthetic gamer, board games. I'm an aesthetic gamer in video games as well. I need good graphics.
I don't know. I just loved the energy in the theater.
Luke Shira says, Minecrafters, builders, and biomes is a worthy game in itself. Simple enough for kids, but strategic enough for adults. I'm not going to play it until you teach it to me, Luke. Period. Just not going to. David says, no, he was not a Minecraft player.
See?
I spent 2 minutes playing Minecraft and came to the conclusion it was a work simulator. More fun deploying the server than actually playing the game. There you go. Blake Cavaney says, I know one was using as a tool in my school. Everyone was using it to screw around. Oh. Alexander says, I remember playing the alpha build of this game. I think the game is a great creative tool. Glad this is a game that people latched onto. Did you get your Santorini yet? No, but I have been charged for it now. So it will soon be on the way. I was one of the late pledgers or people who didn't fill out their questionnaire on time. That's the group of people that I'm relegated to. So everybody else has to get theirs first before they start shipping to late formers and late pledgers. Also, will you be doing solo playthroughs of the Riddle of the Sphinx puzzles, or would that be spoilers? I don't know. I haven't really looked at it yet. I will entertain that thought, however, because when I get something new in, I do want to kind of stretch its legs, so to speak. I do prefer board games. I think they're better than video games. I don't say video games are bad, but enjoy more board gaming. I do as well. The kinds of video games that I enjoy playing are games like Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls V, where it's this sprawling, you can basically go do whatever you want, sandbox type of game. And I like that theme as well. So that's really what I used to. That's what I enjoy. The only real board game, video games that I've gotten into over the years was World of Warcraft. I played that a lot. Actually played one of the Diablo editions a lot. I had a buddy of mine that we used to go on raids with, and that was fun, but that was short-lived. And then the one that I've probably spent the most hours playing is Skyrim. Other than that, I'm really kind of done with video games at this point. I don't really. Oh, I did play some of the Lego Star Wars games a lot, but that was also short-lived.
I didn't play video games as an adult. I didn't play them as a kid very much because we didn't have those systems. Like I never had a gaming system or anything. So in college, I loved Sega. I loved Sonic. I could play Sonic for hours. But I never got into the whole video game thing.
Luke's, dang it. Forgot Luke was coming to Comic Con.
That's great.
He said he's going to bring the stupid Minecraft board game.
I think that's a great idea.
Dang it, I forgot.
I'm in.
Thought it was going to be at least 6 months before I saw him. Dang it. No one in my school, Blake says, used Minecraft for an assignment. Luke, Doug says, put it on the hot games table.
Right?
Asked, but I didn't hear an answer. What's the new sticker?
Oh. You did, but
You must have not been here. This is a Stronger Man Nation sticker. It's a group that my church. It's a group at my church where it's all about being a better man. The idea, it says, the shield over here says KTD, kill the dragon. And the ending of that is win the girl. So the idea is we all have dragons in our lives that keep us from what we should be doing. And those dragons can be any number of things, addictions to this, that, and the other, laziness, not, whatever, just distractions. And so the idea is kill those dragons, win the girls. You can be a better man for your wife, be a better father for your children, that kind of thing. And of course, it's all about following the world's best dragon killer, Christ. So that's what this sticker is. Has Sam played any of the Zelda games? No, I haven't.
Oh,
not even the recent ones. I haven't played any of the Zelda games. I
may have played Zelda, but I don't really.
If it got too far into, I prefer more realism and less cartoon in video games. If that makes any level of sense. I did play a lot of Counter-Strike back in the day as well. First-person shooter Counter-Strike. But it had a World War II engine on it.
I never played any of that.
Or skin, rather, not engine. Counter-Strike was the engine. But I prefer more realism in video games. And Zelda was just too cartoony for me. Same with Final Fantasy, all that stuff. Bleh, didn't care. I like both types of gaming. I don't think one is better than the other. My dearest video game ever is Dark Souls. From the men's group at his church, Doug says. Yes, that's correct. And it's from the men's group at his church, Tom says. Yes, that's correct. Alexander Meldrum, from Soft Games. I'm going to imagine that says Microsoft Games. That's supposed to say Microsoft, I would imagine. Are the best video games. I absolutely love them. Me and my dad like to play Halo together.
Oh, we have some Halo kids here.
Yeah, I've played Halo too, but I've never really played a little bit of Descent, but...
None of them. The only ones I play, even with my kids now, are still like the Lego games. That's like my level.
I was a big Half-Life player in my college years, Luke says. I wasn't good at it either. I was asking because Zelda sounds like it would have been your type of game. It probably would be, because I know that it is one of those sandboxy type, go do whatever you want to do, follow this quest, and then pick up this quest and go do that. And it sounds like that, but it's just the look of the game. I was never drawn to it. So, yeah, that's that. We are at the bottom of chat. Nope, there's one more. Nope, it's FromSoft. Oh, okay. Sorry. They developed Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and Bloodborne. Ah, okay. Very cool. Heat Tunnel Vision is available for pre-order. Ships mid-May if you believe ship dates. Yeah. We haven't even played the last one. We haven't played Heat since I bought the last expansion, so I'll probably hold off and wait for it to come to retail before I purchase that one. That'll give us more time to play the expansion that we have now. I even forgot the name of it. It was Rain something, right? Heavy Rain, yeah. So today we have a flag football game this afternoon that we have to go to.
We get to go to?
Sure, yeah. I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's like that's one of our activities for today is a flag football game, and then we're going to be doing a lot of stuff around the house.
But I'm not allowed to give him a honey-do list. I'm just saying.
I didn't say that. I just disagreed with the statement that all of the things that you listed weren't honey-do list items.
There are things I have to do.
Right.
I mean, if I make a honey-do list, there are things we have to do together. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of them, including our garage. But that won't happen until another couple of years.
Alex says, I saw that Bloody Inn is coming back. That would be fun to try. I'm also excited to see Subterra coming back too. Those are both games that I played that I wasn't super enamored with, I guess. I thought they were fine games. They were good. I just didn't really... I mean, I know Subterra. I know JT really loves Subterra. I don't know that he's ever played the Bloody Inn, but I know Z loves the Bloody Inn. That's one of the games that he put on his top 10 games that should be in the Dice Tower library. So that's fine and dandy. I don't have anything bad to say about either of those. They're just not ones that I've enjoyed in the past.
It's out.
Yeah, we know. You've been trying to get something out of it for the last 3 or 4 drinks.
I'm sad.
Yeah, well, I still have plenty in mine.
I'm not drinking that.
I'm not. That was not to say that I was willing to share. I'm just saying maybe you should not guzzle.
I didn't guzzle.
You finished that entire thing in the same amount of time that it took me to do less than half of mine. That's, I believe, textbook guzzling.
Nah.
Yeah. Let's...
What are you doing?
Just got a couple of things pop up. Chug, chug, chug.
No, I can't chug.
No, this is not chug, chug, chug.
I can't chug. I can't. I don't have that ability. I can't even drink for more than 4 seconds at a time.
I know what we can do. This sounds like it'll be fun. Let's look at... No, not that. Most played, no. Geek lists, no. I thought BGG used to have a thing on their... There's new releases. There's a creator spotlight. Women in gaming. Rainbow BGGers. Hot videos. Hot images. Game forums. Blogs. Hot geek lists.
Come say bye.
Most played games. Giveaway contests.
It's okay.
Hot discussions.
There's
Daphne. She's going to go be a nerd.
I think they're doing a Lord of the Rings marathon today.
Yeah, like I said, she's going to go be a nerd. Right.
I'm just gonna give you a hug.
Crowdfunding countdown. There we go. That's what I was
Bye,
looking
girl.
for.
See you
All
soon.
right, here we go. I'll share this.
I'll send you where the game is. Where's the game at?
What?
Daphne's, no, Aiden's game.
You just send me the link.
Okay, I'll
Eastmont
send
Junior
it.
High.
Eastmont Junior High.
Okay, cool.
Bye. Love you.
And this is going to go window. This is going to go here. I am getting there, people. All right, here we go. This figure, we could look at the crowdfunding countdown. I know we usually don't talk too much about this very much, but I just thought it would be an interesting thing to talk about. So we have crowdfunding projects that are ending soon. Ends April 13th.
That would be next Sunday.
That's week and a half. No, a little bit less than a week. No, a little bit more than a week.
The Sunday. Today's Saturday. A week and a day. So 8 days.
Yep, 13 minus 5, that's 8. You're right. So Quayside promoted. This is, I think it's a reprint, but I'm not worried about that. I'm only going to visit the ones that I think are fun, that look interesting. Rise of Myths Cthulhu. Get ready for an epic battle as daring investigators facing the looming threat. I think people who don't like Viking games must feel about Viking games the way I feel about Cthulhu games. Because Cthulhu games, I'm like, every single game is, you're the investigators battling the looming threat. You're the investigators battling the looming threat. Guess what? You're investigators battling a looming threat. It's like, how many different ways can we play the same game in different ways? That's just what it feels for me. G.I. Joe Operation Cobra. Lead the G.I. Joe in a tactical game to outsmart Cobra and complete daring missions. Well, that ends in just 3 days, so we're going to visit that one. So, what if I open this up a little bit, it's a little bit. Oh, miniatures look good. Looks really good. Wow, that's a low. For something that looks like that? See, this is right down my alley. I used to play with G.I. Joes when I was a kid all the time. And of course, they're all prototype versions, but it looks like custom dice. Nice minis. All right, well, all the stretch goals unlocked so far. Flint. Road Pig. What an unfortunate nickname. Falcon. Big Boar. Oh, I'm sorry, Big Boa, sorry. Timber and Crocodile Pet. Shipwreck. Zorana. Spirit. He was one of my favorites. Cover Girl. Operation Cobra. This looks actually pretty cool. I'm sure the... wow. Look at all that stuff. Holy cow. That's a lot of stuff. No. This is almost $400. Oh my Lanta. Or you can just buy this for $125. Or you could buy the Sergeant for $255. Man. Dude. I don't know about this, people. $400 for a board game. I don't know about this. I seriously don't. I mean, those minis look good. Don't get me wrong. Duke, Scarlet, Snake Eyes, Roadblock, Cobra Commander, Major Blood, Zartan, Croc Master, Cobra Officer, Firefly, Dr. Mindbender, Cobra Troopers, Vipers, BATs, Techno Vipers. Yeah. I think this is going to be a hard pass. Unfortunately, because this is normally everything that I would want in a game. But good night. $380 before shipping. And let me tell you, all that, you're going to add at least $50, probably $100 for shipping on top of that. Let's see what their shipping costs say. Let's see. By the way, I am not talking bad about this at all. This is just not something that I'm going to be looking at. Oh my goodness. Okay, close your eyes for a little bit. Let's get down to where... Jeez Louise, look at all this stuff. All right, just close your eyes, people. Don't... I know that's going to make somebody want to throw up, but just don't. Wow, it took me this far down to get to the rulebook link. That should tell you something. Look at all this flashy stuff. Looky. Okay, here's all the rewards. My goodness. Are they not going to talk about shipping prices?
Maybe not, because they don't. There's a lot there. I think it just
shipping. Here we go. So the Commander pledge, yeah, $50. USA, Canada. But look at Australia, New Zealand, $78. All other countries, $80. Mm-hmm. So $460. $460. Wow. Oh, that's a cool. Here's Duke. There's a Warhammer 40K Space Marine. That gives good scale. I like that. I like it when people do that. That gives you an idea of what you're looking at. But my goodness gracious. Okay, well, that was G.I. Joe Operation Cobra Collectionomics. With multiple ways to share and win, show and tell has been gamified.
I'm making the face. I don't love show
looking.
and tell. Okay, I'm looking. Get on my preschool box on this for a minute. I don't do show and tell in my class. It creates this, first off, I have to bring in something cooler than you. Even at these 4-year-olds, they feel this level. Mm-hmm. I just brought in, a baby doll that my grandma gave me. Well, I brought in, and I just can't stand it. And it makes the kids turn into like, I don't love show and tell in my class. I don't do it.
You're all curators at a museum tagging outrageously ridiculous traits on your wonderful items.
It's a party game, I said.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. This is like a partially and crudely painted miniature from like 40K or something like that. He's so thirsty, he's drooling. Don't ask what he's thirsty for. And then you vote on him. Okay. This actually looks like it would be somewhat fun. So do you get a bunch of these things?
I think that's what it's implying, because look at the video.
Oh, no. It says place items from your collection or around the house in the display cubicle. So what's in the box? See, okay, hold on now. Time out. I gotta look at this. See, this makes it look like, okay, you might get this board, and it looks like you get a bunch of cards. But do you get any things? Like any things to actually, or do you have to take stuff from around your house? I know we could watch the How Do You Play. But it literally says, take items from your collection or around your house into the display cubicle. Everyone chooses tag cards for the round.
They just showed a picture of somebody taking off their doorknob.
I know. Look.
Do not take off the doorknobs in my house. That causes
Calmly
me stress.
discuss which tag card it matches. Okay. Vote.
Right. I get the concept. It's the same as
In the box. Okay, here we go. Modular inserts organize and transport your collection. 6 player tokens, double-sided. Okay, what can you use to play that? No! They're selling you a box of cards. They're selling you a box of cards. How much is this? 35. 30. So it's normally $40. Shipping added after that. $40 for a box of cards.
And a modular.
And a modular storage insert. No, thank you. I don't mean, that's just not something I'm going to be coming after. That looked interesting. But if it came with a bunch of knickknacks
like
in the box,
things, that would
random stuff,
yeah.
They don't even have to be good quality.
No.
Okay, $35 seems good.
Right.
But
then it has all these little pieces.
$35 for an empty box and a bunch of cards.
Look around for my house, that causes me stress too.
No, thank you. Chronicles of Civilization. Lead your nation to a
Formaggio.
triumph.
Everyone's talking about Formaggio.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Craft Italian cheese in a standalone expansion. I guess I should be looking at
catch up on
stream and chat.
But you can't show your chat. You're still on screen share.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'll go back here. Sorry. Gosh.
I'm so mean.
She's keeping us in the reel. All right, so let's see. Could I interest you in Vikings fighting the looming investigators? No, because probably the Vikings at that point would be working for Cthulhu, and then they're evil Vikings. No. Let's see.
This is not as big of a teacup as my other one, and that's what's causing me problems.
Jess needs a lid with a smaller opening to help slow her down. Well, hello there, Terrier Halo says. Taser face, just not me. Good in Final Girl. Checks note. Oh, razor face. Yeah, taser face is better. Should have made her refill your coffee, Luke says.
I know.
G.I. Joe investigators battle the looming threat. Nuh-uh. You shut up. Wasn't Fenris an elder god? I don't know. The investigators think the Vikings are horrors from beyond because of the horns. No, Vikings didn't have horns. Stop it, people. That's the pledge level JT would go to. It probably is. He always gets the blingy, bling. I would almost be tempted to back the game to use the minis in some miniature skirmish game. I'm not backing you on the G.I. Joe game. I want you to, Doug, because that is outrageous. Matter of fact, you know, we already talked about it. Is it a miniatures game or a board game? That was a board game, the G.I. Joe one. Dice Tower covered this one recently in crowd serving, and it sounded like it leaned into a miniatures game. That's maybe, but there's a lot of things where you use miniatures with a board game, or you see, for me, a miniatures game is you don't have a board. You have terrain, you have, you're using a table with no board. You might have some cards, you might have like player boards and stuff like that, but you have no board. That to me looked like it had a modular board that you use. And so for me, I think that would be a board game that uses miniatures, not a miniatures game.
There's a lot of miniatures.
Yeah, there were. It's very much a miniature. It was very much a game that uses miniatures, yes.
Like some of them.
But it's kind of like
Mythic Games ones. There were so many miniatures.
And again, those were board games that
Yes.
used miniatures.
Yes.
It's kind of the differentiation between war games and people calling Memoir 44 a war game. It's Memoir 44 is a war-themed game, and other traditional war games are war games. And that delineation has to be made because people who play traditional board games would look at Memoir 44 and the miniatures and all of that kind of stuff, and all of the really nice, you know, terrain tiles, and say, that's not a war game, that's a board game. So there has to be it's defining your terms. That's the main thing that it is, and I like to do that. So me making, you know, splitting the hair of miniature game versus board game with miniatures, I think is necessary. And G.I. Joe is a board game that uses miniatures, in my opinion. People paid $300 for Foundations of Rome, and it wasn't full of expansions.
I love Foundations of Rome.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The entry level for Foundations of Rome is probably considerably lower as far as how hard it is to teach. I would be more willing to pay $300 for a game that's going to hit my table every time we go to game night or a game day.
Comes out almost every time.
As opposed to one that I pay $460 for, and it maybe comes off my shelf once or twice in the course of a year because it's just too big, you know? So, and don't forget the tariff charges too. Thanks, Doug, for bringing up that. Unfortunately, sometimes when there's lots of miniatures, I start thinking this is really good game too, or is it just minis? Well, here's the thing. There's a couple of different thought patterns for that, and you can choose whichever one you want. But the two that I usually look at, and the two that I think many miniatures players look at it with, is how many miniatures am I getting? And if I pay $480 or $460 for the game, okay, let's just go back and do it real quick. I don't know, but let's just go ahead and go back and do it. Look. So if we go to Operation Cobra, right, and we know that it is $360, right? All stretch goes so far. Let's go back to that one scene. No, okay, core box. Where was the core box? The core box contents is right here, right? Core box contents. So you're going to get 4 G.I. Joes. So that's 4, 10, 39. Okay, so in the core box, there's 39 miniatures. Plus double-sided tiles, 12 overlays, doors, templates, all this other kind of stuff. So as far as miniatures are concerned, though, you're getting 39 miniatures. And that's what all of these things are. Then you have all of the tiles and tokens, overlays and cards and all of that kind of stuff, blah, blah, blah. And you're getting the custom dice. That plays into it as well. Then, you know, each of the different... Wow, I really wish they hadn't done this. Good night in the morning. I'm just trying to get information about what comes in your thing, and that was a cool design choice. That actually I think was pretty cool, where they used the old thing. Anyway, that was cool. Okay, gallery, I don't care. Okay, deep water contents.
Do I need to see if they're okay?
That was a lot of noise. Yeah, so go check to make sure that there isn't a hole in the floor somewhere in the house now. All right, so far we've got 39 miniatures. Now we have 42, 44. So now we have 44 miniatures. And wait a minute. Yeah, 44 miniatures. And now we have 46. Ooh, 18. Good night. 46. 74, 84. So now we're up to 84 miniatures. And now we have 86, 95, 97, 107, and 110, 126. 126, 134, 144. So we're up to 144 miniatures is about where I think we're at. 144 miniatures for the entire thing, I think. So if you do 144,
$2 each.
if you do 144, goodness gracious.
Okay, we're okay.
Here we go.
He's okay.
144, or rather, let's do it the other way. Let's say it was, what was it, $50 for the States? Because let's look at it. Okay, so it's $380 plus 50.
360.
So
No, 380 plus 50. Yes.
380 plus 50, so that's $430, right?
For sure.
So we have 430 divided by, what did I say, 144? So you're paying basically $3 per miniature. In a lot of people's minds, that's worth it.
That's justified.
That's justified purchase. For $3, you're going to get a masterfully crafted G.I. Joe miniature. And now, if I never play this game, I have 144 G.I. Joe miniatures that I can use for whatever I want. It's a lot of money. I am not justifying
No,
this.
I meant that's a lot
I'm just
of
trying to
miniatures.
I'm trying to get people to see how people think. It's not always about the game.
No, I get it.
And that's one of the kickers about Kickstarter or GameFound, is that you see these campaigns that are funding fast, and you're like, oh, it must be a good game. Not necessarily so. I'm not saying that G.I. Joe is a bad game. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm just saying is that you don't know why people are backing it. People might have backed it just because I'm going to get 144 G.I. Joe miniatures at $3 a mini. That's worth it. Because I love painting miniatures, and I'm going to love painting these miniatures. They may never play the game. Never. You don't know why people are backing it. So before you back it, you've got to look at a lot of different things. You've got to look at playthrough videos. You've got to read the rule book. You've got to do your homework rather than just going, I'm going to buy it because everybody else is. But I wonder, huh?
I'm a bit of an impulse buy. Not on games, but
Yeah.
just in general.
Yeah, but that's, I don't know. Let's see here. I'm not. Dice Tower cover this one. It leans into a miniature game. People paid $300. Okay, we already got all that. Unfortunately, sometimes when there's lots of miniatures, I start thinking it's a really good game. That's what launched into that.
Yeah.
The other side of it is you might like the game and like being on the other side, the community management side of things, I saw all the responses. People that really enjoyed the game, but they didn't want to pay the $400 and whatever dollars for the miniatures. Can you just give us standees for, half the price? Because really that's a large chunk of costs. Actually, shipping is probably another large chunk of cost too. But you get the idea, right? There's like you could like the game a lot, and then you're like, I don't really want the miniatures though. And then other people are like, well, that's a really good price for just the miniatures, and I get a game with it. I'll back it. So you just have to do your homework. You have to do your homework. Instead of just saying, wow, it funded, it must be a good game, click, I'm going to buy it. Don't do that. Or you could get the Metal Gear Solid Kickstarter today for $150 at Zulu's Board Game Cafe. Yes, you could. I have Metal Gear Solid sitting right over there. And we played that a couple weeks ago. We really did enjoy it. I was thinking about playing solo mode, but on Thursday, but I wasn't comfortable enough with it yet. I'll get there though. Meredith Placco at Steve Jackson Games recently sent a newsletter talking about how the tariffs will affect board game costs. Thanks, Luke. Moving on. Also, the Foundations of Rome Maximus Sun Drop is still available for $300 if you are regretting missing it the first time. Okay, well, I know they have very few of them left, but yes, they do have some left. You can go get that. I got to reach out to
Bree.
not Bree, but Ryan. I talked to Ryan at Dice Tower West. I think I might be able to start moving forward on trying to
Yeah, he gave you some hints.
experiment with some ways on doing your own shading technique
Yeah.
on Foundations of Rome. If you didn't get the
You should reach out to him
Maximus
because he was
Sumtrop.
going to send you some stuff.
Yeah, it's like Dixit for a physical imagery.
Right, that game, that collections game.
Oh yeah, but if you like charcuterie board game, you might like Formaggio.
Well, I love charcuterie.
Yeah, that is fun. No, the board game.
I know both.
Yeah. You didn't scroll down enough for the G.I. Joe base game. It was only 125. Plus, you got the stretch goals. Truth. Oh, Escape from Stalingrad Z Reloaded launches in less than 10 days? I haven't played the previous version of it yet. I've got it sitting right over there. I've looked at the rule book. I've tried to get through the rule book. I don't like how the rule book is organized, and that makes it hard for me to get it to the table. Everything about the game screams I'm going to enjoy this game, but I'm having trouble getting it to the table because of how the rule book is.
Bring it to Comic-Con. Bring it to some where there's people who
May have played
you're
it.
going to have to bring games that you need to play at Comic-Con with people that are.
Maybe. Let's see here. I do enjoy Foundations of Rome. Too expensive for my budget. Understood. And again, I totally get that.
It's a ginormous box.
39 miniatures plus stretch goal miniatures. Mine's 4 because of his math skills. Huh?
Somehow you did
Minus
something
4? Oh, I must have done,
Yeah.
or whatever. Looks like a dungeon makes me think of. This looks like a dungeon and makes me think of Reichbusters. That's what it looks like to me as well, but Reichbusters also is getting a relaunch. Monolith that bought the rights to Reichbusters from Mythic is running a new campaign. So that's pretty cool. Do you think the tariffs will affect the price and amount of new games being released enough to cause a resurgence of interest in older games? That's an interesting, Jeff. That's an interesting question. And I was actually thinking this the other day. And again, I do have a lot of friends, and I put, unfortunately, I have to put air quotes around the word friends because they really are just acquaintances. I looked at them as friends, but the way that they are acting and speaking right now is, I don't know how to put it into words.
You don't have to.
They're
That's okay.
and I mean this. So I have contemplated in the last 2 weeks just not going on to Facebook. Just dropping Facebook completely. Now, the problem is that it's one of the places where I engage community, and it's one of the places where I talk about new videos that are coming out and that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
You
it's
just have
just
to
one
get
of those
better
things.
at
It's just
posting
one
it
of
on
those things.
different media
Anyway,
sites.
I was actually thinking, though, going back to Jeff's question, I was actually thinking, we have so many good board games already. If I have to be more strategic about the new games that I buy because I can't afford them all, that just means more of these really good games that I have behind me will hit the table more often.
Yep.
So, yeah. The entertainment cost per hour is pretty good, and that's just the painting time. Yeah, well, I mean, that's how miniature gamers look at that. At a purchase of $450, $430, that's how they would look at it. The amount of... I almost hate saying this. It was $160 for us to go watch Minecraft the movie last night. It was $80 for tickets, and then it was $80 for refreshments. And we got 2 hours of entertainment.
And entertainment's a stretch.
Well, no, it was entertaining. Period. Just it wouldn't be good entertainment for us, but it was really good entertainment.
And it's not
for the kids.
replicable because it was a movie theater.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You got 2 hours of entertainment for $160.
Right. So we shouldn't be squabbling about $300.
Well,
where it's going to give you hours of entertainment.
Exactly. That's what David's saying. Yeah. That's what David's saying, and that's another way to look at it. How many hours am I going to be playing this game?
A family of 5 going to the theater.
Yep.
Is triple digits.
Yeah, it's bad. The entertainment cost per okay. Sam's right. Not all Viking games are equal. I backed a bunch of Death May Die and Nemesis stuff, so I'm full up on miniature games. Yeah. Marriage counseling because you bought yet another game is the most expensive part. Well, hopefully you're not at that point, Luke. Come on now. But yeah, I mean, that is a real thing. That is a real thing. I do know of people whose... I mean, again, I want to believe, I'll put it that way, that if somebody gets divorced or separated because they spend too much money on board games, I think there's a deeper root problem there. I think board games and how much you spend on board games is just the surface level.
But there is something to be said about people that are secretive, and we talked about this just recently as how, there's probably a million other reasons. That's not the only reason. You got to be open. You got to be open with how you're spending your money. Absolutely. You shouldn't. Like we have a combined checking account, and we always will, and this is one of the reasons why. Now we do have a personal credit card and we have a business credit card, and but you can look at. I can't look at either of them for some reason. Remember? Well, that's not because we didn't. No, it's just her name is on both of them. Her phone just isn't. My phone doesn't say those. But we just need to set that up in your app. But anyway, she can see everything. Yeah. And on top of that, I tell her about it anyway. And that's the main thing. Is communication. We talk about this a lot. Communication is just so critical, but. Luke Shirus, it's more expensive when your wife shares the hobby, and free shipping starts at $150. Right? Or it's not more expensive because instead of being sneaky and trying to order a bunch of small games and having to pay $25 shipping on each one, we're just gonna go all in. You just go all in and you save on shipping. See, it's not more expensive; it's less. Foundations of Rome is behind Jess, left of Fireball Island. Yes, it is. It's so huge. Oh, yeah, I see it. It's such a great game, though. If you can't afford new games, maybe we will finally get a Mission Red Planet playthrough. Have we not done one? I thought we had, but if we hadn't, all right, that might be something. Might be something we could do. Doug says, yeah, it might take a few days to get up the courage to tell your spouse, but it'll come out eventually. Absolutely will. When it shows up at your doorstep and you have to explain that, no, this wasn't a free prize that I just won. I did pay for this. Entertainment value is relative. Don't want to know, but think how much you spend for your hockey tickets. That's about 3 hours entertainment. Truth. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But I would gauge. I don't care if I ever talk about Minecraft ever again in my entire life. Okay. But if I had. Can I share your statement about the movie? Yeah, just a minute. Just a minute. Keep it. That was the best statement. If I had spent the same amount of money on hockey games, we probably would have been able to go to, let's see. There's 5 of us. So yeah, it would have been about the same. It would have been 2 games. Really?
I don't know how much we spend on our tickets. I've always, because the original cost was, it was a birthday present. So I've always just left that in her purview. So, okay, so she says it's 2 games, $160 worth of tickets. Well, no, we can't do that.
No, because
it would
like
be,
a game.
okay, let's just say 1 game, $160 for tickets, and it's 1 game. First of all, you're getting an hour more entertainment, because usually games go for about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
No, I guess it's the same. It's the same amount, but it's the memories.
And there's communication in it. In a movie, you're just sitting there looking here. And
unless you're a bad moviegoer and you're talking to the person behind.
I didn't.
No, you don't. No, you didn't. But there were a lot of people in the movie theater that did last night.
Well, that was a separate instance. People.
But you are absolutely correct. It is relative, but it is a way to look at purchases. How much am I spending for this level of entertainment? And is that commensurate? That's a way to look at it. I'm happy to share the love of board games with my dearest one. Yep. David says they always find out. Oh, thank you for the new fridge. Sorry, honey. That's the Nemesis All pledge. All in pledge. Yeah, that's exactly how it looks sometimes.
Yeah, like big boxes.
Fortunately, Maribeth doesn't care how many games I order.
See?
I understand
That's why I
someone
love
wants
Maribeth.
miniatures
I'm the
games.
same way.
I don't care.
Stan wants a new game. Go ahead.
I don't care. Are there minis or not? I just love the games itself, the mechanisms, more than the outfit. It's good for the game. Looks nice.
Yeah,
I
it does look
too.
neat.
Yep. All right, go ahead and share your thing.
Okay, what's the worst movie as a family we've ever seen? You can't say last night's because you have to set them up.
1964 Batman. Period. End of discussion. Hard stop.
My kids love the 1964 Batman movie.
No, they don't. They love to hate it.
No, they
love to hate it. They love to hate it.
I think they actually
They sit there and talk about how bad it is the entire time they watch it, which is one of the reasons why I don't like it. Because they just sit and bash on the movie the entire time. So I'm like, okay, I never want to watch this movie again. Never. And so last night I said I may have found another movie that I want to watch less than the 1964 Batman movie.
I think my kids actually enjoy it.
I don't think they do.
I do.
I think they enjoy to make fun of it. They enjoy making fun of it. I don't think they enjoy the movie itself. Because it is horrible. It is.
There's so many things that you can just,
objectively horrible.
It's so great.
No, it's not. You can't.
It fills you, you laugh.
No.
And laugh and laugh.
Okay, there's one greatness is it causes joy.
Absolutely. How can you not?
But it's not because you're like, oh my gosh, did they actually think this was good when they made it?
Maybe.
No, nobody could have thought that.
That's the point. They're all tongue-in-cheek, like they're supposed to be. When he's carrying the bomb through the city, it's one of the best scenes. Or the shark spray. Come on. You can't. It's amazing.
No, don't use that word. It is not amazing. Okay, no, I'm sorry. You can use it's amazingly bad.
Look,
I'm amazed
even
that
in
it
the
got
Lego movie,
released.
they make fun of the shark spray. The Lego Batman movie.
Exactly. They make fun of it. They don't honor it.
Well, except for that really weird one in 1964.
My goodness.
The shark spray, the bomb through town. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't watched it, you should.
Any games to unbox? No, I don't have any games to unbox. We don't have any new stuff around the house.
You got some new stuff.
It's all prototype stuff.
Oh.
And I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't think I have any, what are they called? Embargoes on them or anything like that, but I don't want to. I usually don't like to show off prototypes until we're actually playing them, and then I'd say that it's a prototype. But yeah, we did get a couple of games from, one from Final Frontier called The Pirate Code. And I have the rule book out here, The Pirate Code. This is a new one that's going to be coming up on Kickstarter. But again, it's all just prototype stuff, so there's nothing really to show off. But we've got another one called Hunting Grounds over there that we are currently looking at as well. Yeah. And so, I mean, if we wanted to, I guess we could open up a couple of those games over there. Like, let's open up Florista. We haven't opened that up yet. This is a game that we bought. Luke says, I saw the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen in the theater with a group of men from my church. We all wanted to walk out, but thought the others were enjoying it. A guy behind us had a large popcorn and soda and fell asleep before the opening credits and slept through the whole movie.
Yeah.
He got his money's worth.
I'm telling you.
All right, so we'll go ahead and open. Actually, I got to turn the camera on. I wasn't planning on doing this, but since Tom asked, we got to do what the masses want, right? What are you doing? You should be sitting down because you're on camera. I'm not.
I'm getting there.
What was that? Breaking my camera?
No, your microphone.
My stuff. Get that out of the way. Oh, don't move it around. Put it back down. Boom. Get it nice and crisp. Or as crisp as I can, at least. All right.
Florista.
Does this have those little stickers? Oh, it does. Oh, stupid. I hate those things.
Has 4 of them too.
Gummit.
Use the scissors. Those are good paper scissors. No, not the screwdriver. Don't use the don't.
I'm using the screwdriver.
Don't. That's gonna damage the box. Get
It's
my good paper scissors.
Nope.
What? The canaries?
It's a
Why?
flat head.
No.
It'll work better than your stupid scissors.
My scissors are good.
It's going to work.
No, stop.
Just kidding. See?
Could you just let me get my scissors?
Look, I know what I'm doing. This is not my first rodeo here, lady. Oh. I hate these freaking things. Because even if no, I'm not going to take that off. Because even if, oh my gosh, I hate these things so much.
You gotta go gently.
I am. Oh gosh. So stupid. I hate these things. The person that first thought of doing this should be shot at dawn.
Open it up. I want to see. This is a game that I have not played yet. But my kids played it on the cruise with Doug and Emily, I believe. And everybody loved it and enjoyed it. And
I do not like these things.
well, it would be easier if you didn't have something this thick.
Talking about. Go look at how thick your scissors are that you told me to use over there.
The fine point end.
They are every
not
bit as thick
They
as
are
these
not.
things.
These are fine point. Just use that.
Oh,
Thicker.
look at that. No, it's not. How is that thicker? Are you kidding me?
Listen up. Me and my booster seat think you're terrible.
Well, I hate. This is what you're doing, publishers, to all of your people. It's better for the environment.
You already did that one.
That looks so bad. Riveting.
He's quite.
Okay.
Just leave it.
Stupid.
Jeez Louise.
All right.
Play an action card from your hand and place a tree or build your watchtower and use your fire truck to put out fires. 1, 2, 3, 4. 9 double-sided boards featuring 18 real locations. Highly replayable and beautiful art and wood components.
Riveting content, yes. Thanks, Doug. All right, so here we go. All right, down to the table. Bing. Bada bing, bada boom. Forget about it. All right, get those stupid things out of the camera. All right, so here you go. We haven't actually opened this up yet, but these are cool. 4 watchtowers for each player color. All of these little trees and stuff. Fire trucks. They actually have little fire trucks in them.
I know.
Cool.
Those are the different boards.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I could scoot in a little bit. Sorry. That's still at an angle and a thing from yesterday, so I'm gonna scoot in just a little bit and then go up and over. There we go. And make sure it's focused. There we go. Good to go.
No, those aren't the
Again, we
different
weren't
ones
planning
anyway.
on doing it. Huh?
I know.
But weren't planning on doing this, but anyway, you get the idea. So, playing the game. Available actions.
Wait, stop, go back. What did that say? Okay.
There's a fire phase. And then there is a fire phase explanation. I like the rule book. The rule book's like, I mean, just surface level looks really good. A lot of pictorial things, explanatory stuff in there. So looks good. I like it. And it looks like a play rate on the back too. That's good. Then you have these things. Oh, everybody gets their own play rate plus the one that's on the back.
Nice.
That's pretty good. And then they are also double-sided. Nice. Then we have a whole bunch of tokens. Wow. I bought this just because
The kids wanted
the kids
it.
wanted it. So I have no investment in this game. I think Doug has said that it is a good game, so that's another reason why. But a lot of plastic baggies. See, this is... They'll include all of this, but in this in the vein of sustainability, we shouldn't put a film of plastic around the box. Yes, we must put stickers. But inside the box there's all the plastic. Rant over.
No, I don't think so.
Look at this. Look at all this plastic.
Those are wood people.
No, I'm talking about the bags that the wood's in. Sustainability, my rear end. That's all I'm saying.
Did you drop a piece down there?
Yes, I did.
Oh, dear Pete.
If they were really about
Can you show me some of the pieces instead of
if
talking
they were
the
really
plastic?
about sustainability, they would have recyclable materials baggies.
And those are probably recyclable, honey.
No, I'm recycled good materials. Like there are games that have recycled plastic bags in them. Cool. At least you're staying on board.
You don't know that these aren't.
I know. It doesn't make sense to me. I love Arcane Wonders. Don't get me wrong, but it's just like, come on. When you put stickers on the outside of the box to get rid of all of the plastic, and then you have all of these plastic baggies in the... No, come on. That's... Sorry.
Thought you said your rant was over.
It is. These are little trees. See,
Those
goose,
are the brown trees.
goose fraba. Oh, every person has their own colored trees.
I don't know.
I think so. Double
Or-
check. Rule
I
book.
don't know. How would I read that?
That's not the play rate.
No, I know, but I'm not going to pull out the real book.
Rule book.
Why? I'm not going to find it.
Components. First couple of pages.
Components.
Yeah.
They're not
No, it just has 12 yellow
brown,
trees,
green,
12
gray,
greens.
yellow.
They're
No,
just-
see, there's not the same number, so they
Different
can't
colored trees. Different colored trees. That's
Yeah.
all. Different kinds of trees.
I'd like to say that the scientific name and shape of the tree represents 4 types of trees typically found in a Portuguese forest.
Oh, in a Portuguese forest.
Because this is in the true locations in Portugal, I think it said.
I'm removing some of these so that we can get the other ones out there. That's cool.
Oh, I knocked over a tree.
How dare you? This is actually pretty cool.
These are really neat. Look at this. Wait till you get to this.
Now, I will also say that because I'm more mindful about what I say and how I say it and how it affects other people. So I will also say that maybe this was Meebo, not Arcane Wonders. Arcane Wonders might just be distributing it here in America. So I don't mean to get on Arcane Wonders. I really don't need to get on Meebo, but there's just a level of...
There's some cougars.
Come on,
Or
man.
some
What?
critters.
Ooh, little critters.
And did you see the fire?
Yes. There's little critters. Critters. It looks just like a big blob.
Yeah, you can't say maybe.
Can't really see the detail there, but anyway, you get all that. Then you have
Trees.
trees.
And these are the locations. Words.
Wow. Way to kill it there, lady. So a lot of other kinds of, these are double-sided as well.
Is Portugal super forested?
I believe so. I mean, I like these. These
These are
are
really
good.
neat.
I like the artwork on them. I like how they are double-sided. Oh, that's taken from a plane window. That's a cool, or from the wing rather.
Right.
That's cool.
Like this is the view from the watchtower, you know?
Yeah.
Look at this crazy thing. I know construction things are really cool, but
Come
look at
over
that
here.
crazy
Come
thing.
over here.
Look at that crazy thing. Oh, look at that thing. Like grindy.
Greenhouses, waterfall. It looks cool. It's a beautiful looking game. I like it.
Cool.
Then we
bunch of
have
cards.
a whole bunch of cards in here. I don't know what the cards are for,
They,
but
you-
there's a 1. Is that the first player marker? And then all of these are the same on the back. Oh,
there's action cards.
yeah.
And they choose,
So firefighters.
right, and they're on your player aid, what they do.
A bunch of
Firefighters,
different firefighters.
fire break,
Fire break.
yep, wilds,
I don't know about that.
a tree watchtower has a car. That one.
Yeah.
And then there's a,
And it looks like it has a thing where you can,
yeah,
what takes care of it or whatever.
and I don't know.
But this looks interesting. Doug's played this. He knows what's going on. He can tell you what's up.
Teach it to us.
Maybe. The artwork is
Really neat.
not, it's good. I like the artwork, but it's not like super highly detailed artwork.
Right.
It just has that style about it. And that there's, you know, it's good artwork. I like it, but it's not as detailed as some artwork that's out there. So anyway, and then here are the little towers, and here are the things that go along with the towers. So that's pretty cool. What? Oh, you're looking at this.
No, something was shaky and I couldn't figure out what it was.
Fire trucks. All right, that's cool. That's Florista. Oh, my
We'll try to get it to
God.
the. Oh, probably.
Well,
I guess it's time for us to end. Here.
yeah, it is time for us to end. But, well,
What is going on?
you,
Me?
your aura.
Yesterday at work, I had like 3 kids directly next to me that kept spilling. It was like drop, spill, drop, spill, drop, spill, drop, spill, drop, spill. And one of my coworkers was getting really mad. You know which one?
Yep.
She's like, "Why is everybody spilling?" I said, "Because they're standing next to me. Gravity is stronger next to me." She said, "I actually think you're correct." And she said it kind of
Yep.
spicily. "I actually think you're correct. I am correct."
Yep.
Okay, Sam's mic died. We got to wrap up then.
Rulebook is well done, but lots to learn because every section of the modular board is a mini game.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh dear, now I'm overwhelmed.
Impossible to open. Card wrapping is my nemesis. Yeah, that's true as well. Cloth bags with drawstrings to replace Ziploc bags. I don't know if that's. I don't think that's a very cost effective.
Is there like a paper bag with Ziploc? Like a.
There are like these are just outright plastic.
Right. Isn't there a.
There is a recycled plastic alternative that I have seen other companies use, and they work just fine. Mm-hmm. It's not like you're going to be putting these bags through the rigmarole every time that you pull them out. So anyway, can't tell what the critter is. Need to go. Have somewhere to be at 2. Have a good weekend. See you later, Tom. Take care. Cards are drafted for actions in upcoming turns. Fire icons on the cards show where new fires break out. That's what those things on the cards say.
I remember that. I saw it.
Then you have to send your fire truck out from the tower to put them out.
Yeah, I kind of watched you guys play it a bit.
Might be Jessie's mic that's out. No, it isn't. It's mine.
It might be both. I don't know.
No, hers is still going.
See.
Anyway, we are going to get out of here now because
We gotta do things.
I actually forgot to charge the batteries after we got through with the live stream and recording our next week's bottom 5 and top 5. So that was my bad. But they only had like about 45 minutes to charge this morning. So that was my fault. Anyway, we're out. Thanks for joining us. We're going to get to the rest of our day. Thanks for
appreciate
being
you.
here. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
Also, we have an April giveaway if you haven't entered.
Yes. I have not. Dang it. I got to put that into the. I forgot. I used to put the links to those in all of our descriptions. So I got to add that. But if you just go back a couple of days, you can see it. If you're not part of it already, go check it out. It's a pretty simple contest to join. We're going to have 3 winners this month instead of just 1. So we've got 3 games to send out, and so there are 3 chances to win, not just 1. Now, you're not going to be able to choose which of those 3 games you get. If you win, that's going to be up to us. But we're giving away a copy of Mezzan with the neoprene player boards, and we're giving away a copy of Forest Shuffle, and we're giving away a copy of the Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring trick-taking game. So those 3 games are the ones we're giving away. Go back and watch a couple of our video from a couple days ago. Tuesday, I believe it was.
Yes.
It was on Tuesday. And that will be able to show you how you can join in the mix.
And do we still have shirts that people can buy?
We do have shirts. That link is in the description below. You can go buy shirts there. It's not this one. This is the old style.
I'm not wearing the other one.
It's the new style. It has our logo on it, and they are the same color, gray, and they are from the same company, Sunday Cool, which are supremely comfortable shirts. Anyway, you can go check that out, and we're going to be out of here. Have a great weekend. See you on the flip side, folks. Take
Bye.
care. Steamers West is next week. Thank you, David.
I hope you can come. The passes are clear.
They are.
Or at least they are today. I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple days. I mean, my parents could have stayed an extra day and come to game night with